Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another day here on the farm. We're still working on the service truck. I know it's getting boring and monotonous, but bring you guys along for much of it as I can. Hopefully you've all seen the videos, what we started out doing, the change of plans, the video on the two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive conversion. Like I said, that's all complete other than, transmission transfer case. So now we're down to the brass tacks on getting the motor out. So I know I showed you a few things on when we got this one ready behind me, the two-wheel drive, to lift it up, get the oil pan off. I'll brief a few other things. We'll split this video up over several days, get a few highlights of getting the motor out of this one and getting the motor out of the old four-wheel drive one that's outside. And then if it doesn't get too long, I might add on what I've got to do to the motors. If not, we'll just do the swap on one video. And when we get it all back together, I'll tell you what I had to do. So let's get started. Okay, well, I've already pulled quite a few things off to be able to lift this motor up. When we pulled the oil pan off, so throttle body's off, a bunch of hoses and brackets and stuff. The intake has to come off, the coil packs. We'll take the intake off with the fuel rails in it. Once we get that off, of course the radiator will be out of the way. And it's still just hanging by the engine support there. So there's a couple bolt holes down the block. I think I can put a chain around. It still sits up pretty high, like I said before, being four-wheel drive now. So I'm hoping that I can use this cherry picker to get it out. I may end up having to lower it to the ground, but they sit way back under the cowl, these 5.4s. So I think if I get it picked up enough off the engine mounts, that I can roll the truck back a little bit and then pick it straight up. Hopefully we've got enough height. So I'll bring you along for a little bit of wrench turning here on high speed, and let's see what we can do. Alright, well, it's raining outside, so I don't know how good you can hear, but we got all the coil packs out, fuel rails undone, injectors unplugged, all the intake bolts out. I think I got all the wires off the intake. There's a couple of knock sensors, but I think I've got them unplugged, so hopefully this will lift up out of here. If it will, we'll be golden. I'm sure I forgot something. Oh, what do you know? First try. it's in the floor. Got it supported for right now. Got to get the truck out of here on another day and see if I can get this mud. Probably just gonna push it over in the corner, set it on blocks for right now. I think I got everything else for the other one. Intake's in here and I got new manifolds, so that'll probably be pretty adventurous on getting the motor out of the other one, so I'll add that on to the end of this video and we'll see what happens. Getting close. Well, the day has come. Here's where the sketchy stuff starts. Here by myself. This ain't no big deal. I hope and pray that this Oliver will get this motor up out of there with no problems. We moved the other one with Oliver the other day, I think I said that, and it seemed to pick it up okay. I got everything loose, ready to come out, so we'll see what happens. If it doesn't get too long, I'll leave it on real time. I may end up having to speed it up. Just depends, but let's see what we can do. Well, there it is. Probably sped that up a little bit, make it a little quicker. No real issues. Oliver did great. I forgot one battery cable hold down. Had to do that in midair, but anyway, there it is. And now we're gonna try to get it in the shop far enough to Oliver. If any of you guys have been following for a while, you know how the hydraulics are. Even after I put the orifice valve in it, it just drops so quick. So I'm hoping I can get the cherry picker here over to the door and grab a hold of it on the chain and take the weight off of it without having to get it all the way to the ground. So I'll bring you back when we get it in the shop. We made it. Everything is out, ready to go back in now. I got to do some work on this one, of course, like we talked about before. Transmission is out. Transfer case, of course, is split apart from it to get it out. That Harbor Freight transmission jack was a lifesaver. I may have already shown you, but I'll show you again. We just put down a piece of plywood sheeting under the truck there that I had left over from the farm office when we pulled the transmission out. Just got the motor out, you saw that. I believe the old rusty F250 has given everything that it's going to give for this build. The only thing left are just spare parts, really. The service bed tailgate is still good. I'm going to pull it. The door latches, both the doors, so I keep the regulators and door glass. Probably pull the rear glass out of it. Front fenders are kind of rusty, but they're better than a dented one, so I'll pull those. The grill and headlights, stuff like that, and I think the air conditioning compressor and power steering pump I'll pull off just to keep. Everything else is gonna head on down the road to the scrap yard. I think I'll make the maiden voyage towing anything with the new service truck will be this one going to the scrap yard. All right, everybody, we're gonna wrap this one up, call another video on the service truck build. Ironically, I think this will probably be the last video you see of any major fabrication or building or engine swaps or anything else on the service truck. I'm sure I've bored all you guys to death with it. I can't say thank you enough for the support during the series. I know it's way off from farm related, you know, dirt work and clearing and whatever, but I've got to have this truck. You know, if you've been following me for a while, you know I utilized the old rusty one quite a bit last summer. Need it back. I need something that's roadworthy to pick up the farm equipment like we talked about, so just had to put the brakes on and do it, and that's what we've done. The next major project on the truck, after I get everything swapped over and put back together, of course, will be removing the service bed and fabricating and welding the gooseneck hitch in. I'll bring you along for a little bit of that. And then probably the very last video you see on the service truck, other than, you know, going down the road, will be when we hook up to the trailer and take this old rust bucket to the scrap yard. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. I know I really appreciate all the support and all the kind words and inspiration and advice it means the world to me. It keeps me going, it keeps me motivated. I really enjoy this. So if you haven't subscribed already, you know, please consider it. It's up and down, like I said, roller coaster ride. You never know what you're going to get when you click on IP Farms video. Thank you, everybody. Until next time.